All right, you handsome boys and handsome girls, we're going to answer a bunch of your questions, have a little bit of fun. But before that, there is only 3 days left of my coaching deal. If you sign up now or if you apply now, you will get $2,000 off the price and an extra 4 weeks. There's a link down in the description below to that. Let's go through some of your comments. So this was on a video I did called How I Play the Numbers Game Relentlessly, and I talked about dating, I talked about business, I talked about how to not get so down with each person that says no to you and how to move on and talk to the next person. So Kelly K Combination says, love this video, Andy. I went out last night and saw a lot of things that disillusioned me a little bit, but your video brought my ego down a little bit. Beautiful. Going to focus on the numbers and self-improving as well with women. Thanks for the video. I love that. And then KB Titan says, Andy, I have 5 years of cold approach experience and I have success in it, but sometimes I have thoughts in my head saying that I'm being creepy or you're not supposed to approach women in front of people, and these thoughts affect my sessions. How do I get rid of this for good? So our brains do a funny little thing where we make things very binary. In other words, we make things all or nothing. Why do you need to completely get rid of any fucking form of thought in your head that might be a little bit negative or a little bit anxious? Why do you need to get rid of it for good? You've probably already made progress in terms of how confident you are. You've been doing it for 5 years. Do you think that I, Andy, don't have any sort of thoughts in my head that we might call anxious or nervous or overthinking things? Do you think my brain is just a complete empty fucking Zen, garden up there? No. I have anxious thoughts just like you. I have thoughts in my head if I'm going to go and talk to a woman. My brain will say like, don't be creepy, like blah, blah, blah. I notice those thoughts and I just don't take them that seriously. Before I sit down for a video, even right now, my brain is like in the back of my head saying, Andy, this isn't interesting. The sentence that you're saying isn't interesting. You should be more interesting. I just don't care. I don't take that thought seriously. And so it's not about removing these thoughts. That's not how this works, my friend. You're literally wanting to like edit your brain. You can't. You have intrusive, impulsive thoughts as a human being. As a human being with a brain, you will have thoughts in your head that sometimes you might not want to be there. And part of the piece of this whole thing that we call life is accepting the thoughts that are in your head. That is the point of like meditation. That is the point of philosophies like Buddhism. It's not about cleaning up your head and making it perfectly peaceful all the time. It's about not taking your thoughts so seriously. In other words, if you go outside and in your brain it says, I'm being creepy, why are you taking that thought so seriously? It's just a random thought. Just be like, okay, cool. Like, thanks, brain. I appreciate that, but I'm going to go say hi. Like, you don't have to go to war with your brain and try and fix it. Like, there's no problem here, man. Like, what you're feeling is normal. And if you look up like people who are professional public speakers or like athletes or musicians, like people that play music, like Eminem is someone that's talked about this quite a lot. So did Justin Bieber when he was younger. They will tell you that before every concert, they have negative thoughts in their head and they're nervous and they're anxious and they're feeling all these emotions. Yeah, no shit. They're about to go perform in front of millions of people. Do you think Taylor Swift doesn't get fucking nervous before she steps out on stage when she's on tour? Of course she gets nervous. She just doesn't take that nervousness seriously because she's felt it a million times. And so it's not about not having these thoughts in your head. You just don't take them seriously. Like the number of times I have doubts or insecurities or anxieties or shit in my head or I'm nervous, god damn, it would be like every day. Like I'm probably just an anxious, nervous person. I just don't care. I'm just okay with that. And so that's how you find peace, man. So it's not about getting rid of this for good. There's no problem here. You have literally invented a problem, which is what our brains do. We're like, oh shit, I'm not 100% of an alpha male, confident, perfect all the time. How do I fix that? It's like, what are you talking about? In your own admission, I am able to go and approach women that I don't know and say hello to them and show them that I'm interested and then have success. I don't know what that means for you, but you're probably going on dates and having sex and relationships and all that beautiful stuff. It's like, where is the problem? Again, do you think that I'm never nervous? Do you think that I never have an anxious thought? Like, I have anxious thoughts like thousands a day. I'm a human being just like you. The difference is I don't take mine seriously. I don't buy into them. I don't attach to my thoughts in the same way that you do. You're clinging on so tightly to these thoughts. You're taking them so seriously, and that's okay. Most people do. You're clinging on to the thought of like, oh God, I'm being creepy. Oh God, like, how do I get rid of this thought? I got to get rid of this thought. Fuck this thought. Like, how do I fix it? It's like, just notice the thought and then go talk to her. Like, go talk to the woman. Or don't talk to her. Either one is fine. Like, nothing bad happens. And your thought of like, you're not supposed to approach women in front of people. Just notice that. Hey, my brain is telling me that I shouldn't do this right now. Okay. I'm either going to do it or I won't. Either one is fine. And you're saying here, these thoughts are affecting my sessions. No, you attaching to the thoughts is affecting your sessions. You taking your thoughts seriously is what's affecting it. And even if these thoughts affect your session, who gives a fuck? So what? So you don't talk to one woman that you were interested in. So there are like 4 billion women on the planet. Who gives a shit if like one day you go out there and you're in a negative headspace and you can't talk to any women? So what? You've already had success in your own words. Like, do you know how many days I'll wake up and I can't be bothered doing content? So like, I'll just do something lazy. This is one of those days, by the way. You could literally say, right now, my headspace is affecting my ability to do a good video for all of you. So that's happened thousands of times. I just show up and do the best I can. And if I have a day where I can't do a video because my headspace is just all over the place, okay, then I'll lay on the couch and be peaceful and watch a YouTube video and feel good. Like, nothing bad happens just because you don't talk to some women, I promise. So yeah, there's literally no problem here. I could probably say this to most of the comments that I ever get on this YouTube channel. There's never really a problem. And part of peace and happiness is realizing that everything's okay, everything's always been okay, and everything will be okay. It's just that we're making up problems, and that's what our brain likes to do. Like, it's not you personally. My brain does the same shit, my brother. My brain will just invent a fucking problem that I then supposedly need to solve, and half the time the solution is just, oh wait, there's no problem here, everything's okay. Like, you sometimes can't talk to women because you're worried about being creepy, okay? Then just talk to women when you're able to. Like there's no problem. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, I love this question. So good job opening up about this. Let's blast through a few more comments. Eagle Cloud says, I'm here because you always give me a reason to try again. I really love that. I have this philosophy, like I didn't get this. I think I got it from like Good Looking Loser, which is like you have unlimited retries. And so like, I don't know what goals you're working on. Maybe you're working on your dating life because that was on a video about like men and women. But just because one person says no to you or isn't interested in you sexually, romantically, socially, whatever, you have unlimited retries. Like, you're not going to be able to talk to all 4.5 billion women on the planet before you die. And there's constantly new people, being born every day and blah, blah, blah. Like, you're just not going to be able to talk to everyone on the planet. So you essentially have infinite people that you can talk to. And so you have infinite retries. Or if your goal is like, I don't know, to lose weight, like a lot of people get very disheartened with weight loss because they'll say, I tried to lose weight and I lost weight for a little bit, but then I fell off and all of that. It's like, until the day you take your last breath, you have infinite retries. It doesn't matter if you failed something, failed. It doesn't matter if you failed something 1,000 times. You probably learned a whole lot in those supposed failures. So they weren't failures, they were learning experiences. Just try again another 1,000 times. And then try 1,000 more times and 1,000 more times. One of my favorite sayings, which is pretty true, probably applies to a lot of you. I have failed more times than you have even tried. And so think about that for a second. Like, I'm just ripping off straight up a Michael Jordan quote here. I'm not successful because of the achievements and the success and like the victories. I'm successful because I have an ability to just keep going even when I fail or make a mistake or stumble or any of that. And so the same thing here, man. You have unlimited retries. You can always just try again. Nothing bad happens because you failed or made a mistake. They're learning lessons. So yeah, thank you for that comment. Next comment here. I love the thumbnail image. So yeah, let me make it big. Yeah, this was the thumbnail image on that video. I had a lot of fun making this. I like photoshopping my face onto like different stuff. I find that really fun. But yeah, you can tell I had fun making that. And then the third comment here was from Eva. Great advice for women too. So this was on a video about breakups. Yeah, and most of the advice on my channel applies to women too. Like, some of it's obviously for men, but that's something that I've been working towards for the last couple of years, is making my content more universally like accessible, I guess you would say. And at this point, quite a lot of the audience is female. Yeah, like I just had a look. So like 20.8% of the audience is female. and the rest is male. And then we have a tiny bit, which I don't know what that means. But yeah, there's lots of women here. So I'm trying to make my content over time a little bit more accessible. But with that video on breakups, yes, like the advice is always the same. And I'm obviously, going through the breakup myself with Imi, my partner of 7 years. We broke up what was it, like a month ago? So yeah, that video is as relevant as ever. All right, and then I got a bunch of comments on this video. So it was about how I've gotten back into like solo dating, I guess you would say, dating by myself. And I met a woman who was at a point in her life where she fucking hates men. Let's just phrase it like that. So a bunch of you left comments on that video. Andy, you're more compelling than ever, blah, blah, blah. Your transparency is refreshing. Yeah, I try and be pretty honest and open and transparent with all of you on the channel. I don't always do a perfect job of that, obviously. There's some things that I keep private, but for the most part, like my penis is on the internet, for God's sakes. My sex life is on the internet. I told you all that I went to jail when I was 19. I've talked about my depression and suicide. I did a video the day after I broke up with Imogen, and that was pretty raw and real. I almost cried like 5 times. After that video, by the way, I went and had a big cry. So yeah, I try and be like relatively transparent. I think I do an okay job of that. Elusive Magic says, this was really good. I enjoyed it. What a great journey on. Yeah, it's been fun getting back into solo dating, if I'm honest. Like, it's been really nice. It was obviously, the most beautiful 7 years of my life with Emmy. And now I get to start the next chapter. Isn't that cool? Samuel, you say, interview Chase Amati and Adam Lyons. So I know who Chase Amati is. He's from like that website, Girls Chase. And I did an interview with him like many years ago. I don't really know Adam Lyons. I looked him up a little bit. You won't be able to tell, but I just paused the video for like 5 minutes and went and checked him out a little bit. He seems funny on Instagram. Seems like he's got a good sense of humor and all of that kind of stuff. I'm very cautious of who I interview these days. Like, I'll be very honest. I'm like, you can all give me suggestions on people to collab with and stuff like that, but I'm like very, very, very picky with who I choose to work with, like who I choose to collab with, because a lot of I'm very hardcore about autistic honesty and just telling the truth and all of that. And I'm not saying anything about Chase or Adam. Like, I just don't know their content well enough. But like, there are a lot of people on the internet who are more about like games. Like, you even use the word game here. Game is just not my thing, man. And like, you can ask these questions, like, but game is just not something I'm interested in, man. Like, game to me is manipulation. And like you talked about NLP. Unless someone knows that you're using NLP techniques on them, you are essentially manipulating them. And like, that's okay. Like, people can do whatever they want, man. Like, live your life. But that's just, it's not the phase of my life that I'm in. I went through that phase of like, manipulate people, use game. Like, I learned game, I learned techniques, I learned NLP. Like, I know all that shit. I read so many books on psychology. I'm just past that point, man. Like, my mission here is like, how can I add to the lives of any women that I meet? How can I add to all of your lives? I don't want to use techniques on you to get you to sign up for the coaching program or something. I'm just going to say, do you want the coaching program? Would you like me to change your life? Like, would you like me to help you? Like, I'd rather offer. And so I'm less about game and stuff like that. And my understanding of Chase Amati, like, he's a lovely person. I've talked to him a few times, but like, his entire premise of his website is to get girls to chase you. And that just isn't really what I'm about. Like, nothing against him. It's just not my vibe, man. So yeah, I appreciate the offers, dude. Like, or I appreciate the suggestions. I'm just really picky with the people that I let into my life and the philosophies that we have here. We're going for autistic honesty here. We're going for something fucking beautiful where you just walk up to a woman and tell her the goddamn truth. And I'm trying to teach that same stuff to women. Just be goddamn honest and vulnerable with the men that you have in your life. And so yeah, I'm really picky with who I work with. Like, I'm unbelievably picky. So I'm probably not going to reach out to them, but I really appreciate the suggestion. Andy, I'm excited for the new coaching program and I cannot wait to start. Yeah, so I've talked about this a lot. Taylor and I are building a coaching program right now, which will be $200 a month. It's more like so to be very clear, it's more like a community rather than a coaching program. And I will not be doing most of the coaching. Like, I want to be really transparent on that. I will be doing a Q&A every 2 weeks, answering everyone's questions. And Taylor will be doing a weekly call, like a weekly coaching call. And then in there, we're going to have a community, and Taylor will go in there and the other coaches will go in there and like motivate you like every day, like coach you every day, essentially. So I will only be doing one of those calls every 2 weeks. or one of those like Q&As every 2 weeks. So I want to be really fucking transparent that if you want direct access to me, that's what the big hardcore proper VIP coaching program is for. I will not be fully available in this new program. That said, I'm the one setting it up. I'm the one that trains all the coaches. So all of the philosophies and the teaching style and everything that I have will be in there. And like I said, I will be doing a call every 2 weeks. It's just that I'm not going to be in there every day coaching people. So if any of you are interested in that, by the way, there's a massive discount because we're still setting it up. So if you sign up in the next, I don't know, if you sign up now, let's just say if you sign up now in the next week, we're going to give 75% off. So you'll only be paying $50 for that instead of $200. So yeah, if anyone's interested, just email me. Like there's a link in the description where you can email me. Just shoot me an email and, we'll add you as soon as we finish building it. But that should be done in the next week. I'm really excited. And then the last comment here, Sebastian says, so again, we were talking about this video here about the woman that I, was texting and about to go on a date with, but I canceled at the last possible minute because I just wasn't feeling the vibe. And so this woman, had a lot of anger towards men, kind of hated men. And Sebastian says, you should have pulled out the good old, no one owes you anything. Yeah, because she definitely had like a sense of entitlement. She was quite entitled. I get what you're saying, man, but like life is so much smoother when you don't attack people. Do you get what I mean? Like what benefit is there to me or to her of me attacking her and saying something snarky and smart ass and passive aggressive? No one owes you anything. Like that doesn't help her. And my mission here is to put good out into the world and increase or improve other people's lives. Me attacking her and saying a smart ass passive aggressive comment doesn't help her. Definitely doesn't make me feel good and confident and peaceful and loving. And I'm trying to be as loving as I possibly can to every human being that I can be. So yeah, I get what you're saying. You're kind of making a little joke there, but like, no, man, like life is so much smoother. If you don't like someone, you just gently move away from them. If you're going on a date with someone or about to go on a date and you just don't vibe, you just politely say, hey, this energy isn't what I'm looking for. And like, that's literally all I said. I was just like, hey, this energy isn't what I'm looking for. This isn't the vibe I'm looking for. I wish you all the best. So yeah, all right. I reckon we finish up right there. I got some stuff I want to go do. I want to go write an article. I appreciate all of you a ton. Like I said, there is a $2,000 coaching discount just for the next 3 days only. So you'll get $2,000 off the price of the big hardcore coaching program and an extra 4 weeks, but only if you apply in the next 3 days. So don't miss out. I would love to coach you, help you change your life and all of that beautiful stuff. If you're not interested, that is fabulous too. As always, ladies and gentlemen, go out there and crush those goals.